Good evening, folks. My name is LadyResolve, and I'm here today to do a reading on behalf of my Facebook group, Pondering the Mysteries of Our Universe via Tarot and Other Oracles. Today we're focusing on mystery number 11, and it goes like this. Question. How did the ancient people of Egypt build the pyramids? How did the ancient people of Egypt build the pyramids? Let's get started. How did the ancient people of Egypt build the pyramids? How did the ancient people of Egypt build the pyramids? How did the ancient people of Egypt build the pyramids? How did the ancient people of Egypt build the pyramids? Okay, let's get started. This is one. 9 of Cups reversed. This covers 1. Sun. This crosses 1. The Magician. Lies beneath. The Star reversed, okay? Lies behind. We have Wheel of Fortune. Lies above. We have 4 of Swords reversed. Lies before. We have the Lover's card. Shimmy over a little bit. Comes to rest. 9 of Pentacles reversed. In the house of 8 of Swords reversed. Hopes and fears. We have here Ace of Swords. And comes to rest. The Chariot. And we got additional information cards, which is Queen of Wands and 9 of Swords. Pretty layout. Okay. So, what I'm seeing at a glance, I do see some swords here. So there's definitely some pain, some thoughts, some mind games, some stuff, mental torture type elements, just right off the bat. I mean, just the cards with the 10 of Swords and the 8 of Swords, the Ace of Swords. But let's just get into it and see what else we can find. Okay, so we have here 9 of Cups reversed. This is the card of indulgence. This is the card of gluttony. This is the card of I have a lot and I have so much. I'm going to swim in it and throw it everywhere. And, this is the card of, I think, just someone indulging. They were indulging themselves. The pyramids were an indulgence, okay? For spoiling someone, obviously the royalty. This is something they did to spoil themselves, okay? So, this covers 1. We have the Sun. Now, the Sun is a card of good times. Things are going really well for you right now. This is going to be one of those times you look back and go, wow, I remember those days when we did this and did that. Remember how good it was then? This was a heyday for them, okay? They were doing extremely well, okay? This is the energy. This is what they were about at that time. Okay, so I see here what covers 1 is the Ace, the Magician card. Honestly, as as something that crosses, that's a challenge. Let me give this some thought. I see here that, this is a card of confidence, okay? Someone who's confident. But when it crosses, this becomes an issue. You are now egotistical. You are now narcissistic. Everything is all about you. And you are basically, you're obsessed with your image and your success. And it's to the point of, kind of psychoness. It's so important to you what people think of you. So they got egotistical and cocky, and they cared too much about what people thought of them. They were really caught up in image and success and status, and look at us, we are it. They got into the materialisticness of it all. I mean, this is it, So that's the root of these pyramids is that we're coming into this reading with is these people were indulging themselves, they were spoiled, and they were egotistical. That's just what's coming across right now. So with the star reversed, which is the underneath motivation, star. I see that it is possible that I mean, honestly, you know, when this card is upright, it's about community. It's about people. It's about community at large, okay? It's about mass activities, big-time projects. But when it's reversed, okay, this is coming in as reversed, there's inhumanity here, coldness. These people had no value for human life. They didn't care about the people. They did not care about the people. All they cared about was themselves and their image. You know, this is something they didn't care about the people, and so this is something that sort of was in the humdrum in the background, sort of compelling these actions. If they had cared about the people, they wouldn't have wanted to do this. That's the bottom line. It was too much. It was over ambitious, I think. I get that sense that they had to drain the people. They had to drain the people to get this done. Okay, so we see in behind. Okay, we have the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. Again, another card of doing extremely well. In fact, look on the, I'm going to point this out here. Where are we? Okay, so if you look on this card, do you see at the top there the Sphinx? That is fascinating. So one of the few cards in the tarot deck that has the Sphinx, and it comes up in this reading. There's 78 cards in the deck, 78. But they were doing extremely well. These people were wealthy. They had amassed gold and fortunes. They were a powerful and very wealthy, very established people. That is the bottom line. These people were made of gold, basically. And they were indulging. Okay, they had too much, maybe. Okay, so we got here what lies above. We got 4 of Swords. Okay, reversed. I see with the 4 of Swords reversed. Let me give that a little bit of thought. Well, when this card is upright, it's a card of withdrawal. And it's a card of going off, you know, and saying sort of like, timeout. It's a timeout card, okay? But when it is reversed, you know, I'm seeing here, you know, it could be impatience. It could be haste. It could be lack of finesse even, you know, kind of like a, you know, I just see here that they were just, it was just callousness, okay? There was a lot of just indiscretion and just without thought, you know. When this is reversed, you know, when this card is upright, it's about deep thought too. It's about deep consideration of things. I'm going to go sit on this for a while. You know, this is a card of someone takes something and they see that sword they're keeping to their chest. It's thoughts they're keeping to themselves, thinking. Well, when it's reversed, which is what this is it's just lack of thought, no composure. You know, these people were just like, yeah, okay, yeah, do this, yeah, off with his head, yeah. I mean, it was just very casual and a waste of this immense fortune and privilege, okay, is what these pyramids were about. They weren't thinking. They just were like, whatever. Yeah, give me a pyramid. Yeah, I want it as large as a town. Yeah, go ahead. You know, they just asked for whatever. It's just kind of like grossed out a little bit. But moving right along, we're running low on time. We're running short on time. We have the Lovers. Okay, so the Lovers, this comes ahead, okay? So how did they build the pyramids, okay? So this is what lies ahead as far as a possible future for what came after all the building, I imagine, or some conclusion to the situation that's a possible conclusion. This is a card of sophistication, you know. This is the card of science, technical ability. How did they build this? They were smart. They had right knowledge. Okay, these people, they were able to sponsor and elevate their sense of technology, and they had knowledge. They investigated. They did inquiries. They were curious. They were a curious lot, and they were able to afford to sponsor people learning because they were that wealthy. So they had people who had arcane knowledge of science and technical prowess that were able to help them design these pyramids. So the bottom line is another way to look at this too, this is another interpretation of this card, is that it's just cooperation. They found a team. They found a good team of people to design these pyramids, and thus it was. Okay, so moving right along, they did learn a lot from that project. In fact, they knew a lot as a people, and this is why they were building the pyramids and how they were able to, in answer to that question. So anyways, we have here Knight of Pentacles reversed. Here is someone who just will not leave well enough alone. Okay, they're like a dog with a bone. Okay, they're not letting this go. They're all about, just get it done, just get it done. So they have people working for them who maybe they were just focused on the task. They were just like robots. They were like automatons. They could do the work of two people. They had workaholic people working for them, okay? In the house of Eight of Swords reversed. So seeing your way clear. So they had workaholics while they, working for them in the house of trial and error. This was trial and error. They just kept working at it to figure out what the right mix was. They would make some progress and get stuck and go, how do we do this? And then they would, so the cards reversed as it came in, meaning that they worked their way around the errors. Their errors taught them. There was a lot of trial and error here, okay? We have here hopes and fears, okay? Hopes and fears. This is Ace of Swords. Honestly, this card, what this card brings to mind for me is power, okay? The pharaohs had power. Their word was law. Somehow, people just did what they were told. I mean, I don't know how or why. I do know that the pharaohs were considered gods. So it could be that they were seen as deities. And so, I mean, of course, how could you disobey God? So maybe they had that going. But I see that they may have overused this power. They may have, it's a fear of abuse. When it's a fear of abuse. People were afraid of these pharaohs, okay? And then again, look at it's kind of a similar royalty, in a chariot, kind of, reminiscent of the pharaohs. But anyways, this is the chariot. This is where it comes to, this is the ultimate outcome, or thus it shall be. And we have, they achieved it. This is the card of achievement. This is the card of someone who has made themselves someone in the world. They amazed and wowed people, and people were, it was a testament to their greatness, these pyramids. And they succeeded in building them. Absolutely. So, obviously, as the evidence would attest, present day evidence. So they definitely did it, and they achieved it. Good for them. Okay, so we got additional information cards, how were the pyramids built. We've got Queen of Wands. We've got someone here who is, this is a patriotic card. This is a card of, they had people who had great pride in their country. The citizens of Egypt during that time were loyalists to the day they died. They were really into their country and their people, and they would give anything to protect, and the people were giving to their royalty, to their deities. Ten of Swords reversed. I see here also that there were a lot of lives shed for this project. A lot was lost, but they made it to the end, so they were able to rejoice about these projects that were completed with the